Hey, this is Surya, and in this video, I'll show you how you can use Codex to run your agency operations or run your own business, just like how I am doing running my entire agency's operations inside Codex for the past month. And as you can see here, I've already spent almost 3.5 billion tokens. And it's been genuinely really good experience using Codex. So I was using Claude Code for the past 6 months, and what really happened was like their rate limits, sorry, their usage limits were really less. You couldn't really use them a lot, and that resulted in me being frustrated because I couldn't really do my work, and I switched to Codex just because of good usage, and also that the new model that they have launched, GPT 5.5. I think it's been more than a month of it being launched, and it's like a genuinely good model. It's better than Opus a lot of times when you're coding, like for all of the backend and things like that. On operation sides of the things, like it generally feels like it follows instructions, it codes really well, and yeah, I feel it is better than Opus a lot of times, which it is. Like here, let me show you a new benchmark that has came, which is known as DeepSWE. They're an independent benchmark company, and they basically run a lot of multiple tests on models to check how good their like software capabilities and coding capabilities are and agentic capabilities are. Like I'm pretty sure you have been realizing that a lot of models look good on benchmarks, but when you try to actually use them in your own workflow and day-to-day task, it really fails a lot. And a lot of times they are actually hyped and they are benchmarked. So this benchmark clearly states clearly states how they have been able to evaluate models really, really well. And actually, it is much better than the verified pro, like those benchmarks, because this is what I have personally felt as well. So here you can see in the leaderboard, they have used GPT 5.5. They have made that as the top model, which I have also felt that. And like Opus 4.6 or Opus 4.7 are good models, but a lot of times I felt that GPT 5.5 was able to do what they wouldn't. So it's been able to, like, this chart basically sums up how I feel. And you can kind of see here the open source models have not really been like they haven't really scored that well in this chart. You work with open source model, you kind of understand they get stuck and they don't really work as well as frontier models. A lot of times it feels like they're benchmarked, and that's why they are able to get to so high value in terms of SWE verified on, all of those. This is an incredible chart that they have provided. It basically tells you how many how much tokens, how much output tokens a model generated in order to perform a task. And as you can see here, GPT 5.5 only spends only spent around 50,000 tokens, while Opus 4.7 spent 100,000 tokens, so almost double. And the fact is, when you um, calculate the price and all, even though GPT 5.5 is a little pricier than Opus, overall it becomes a lot more cheaper. So once you so you have an efficient model that is not only good but better than Opus at times. So you get a lot more usage than you would with Opus, because it is such a token hungry model. So yeah, I'll give a link in the description so that you can check this blog as well. It's pretty good. And here another thing, you can kind of check the cost as well. So here it takes like $16 on average for uh, their evaluation, while GPT 5.5 completed the task at just $6. So you can kind of understand how cheaper it is compared to Opus 4.7. and that is why you're able to get a lot more usage from your Codex Max plan, sorry, Pro plan, the $100 one or the $200 one. So let's head over to Codex, and as you can see here, I have a lot of projects like charts that I have done. So like the few good things about that I feel like about the Codex in general is their desktop app. Like I used to use Claude Code CLI tool only. I never really touched the Claude desktop app, but like I tested a bit about like Codex desktop app, and it's like I've been hooked on it. It's genuinely really good product. And I don't really use the CLI of Codex. It's like it isn't really that good. Like the desktop app kind of does everything that I want, and it's a much cleaner and much better interface as well. So here in this start, for example, like I was building my own website for my agency. I use Claude Design for this. Like 5.5 isn't really that great in terms of design. Opus is better. Everybody knows that. After I had done a bit of designing stuff, I just wanted to do some copywriting and do some menial changes, and I wanted to do here in Codex to save usage of Claude. So one thing good here is like it automatically references the HTML here in this section. Like it automatically pops out in this window, and you can kind of see your app, um, whether how it would look at how it would look in a laptop or a mobile, and this like kind of helps you understand how it would look. I don't know why the menu bar is fucked. It wasn't. um, Maybe it is some sort of bug or something, but it was like you could see all of this previously, but still, yeah, that's fine. Another good thing about this is basically, let's say I have my Codex running here. If I want Claude Code or any kind of agentic CLI to run, I could basically come here and like click this button, and it will basically pop a terminal window, and I could just uh, type Claude, and it would I could use Claude Code here, as you can see. So this kind of like this is something that I do often. So I kind of use both simultaneously, and um, sometimes just to check on each other's work. For example, if I see that Codex is struggling on some task, which is very few, like generally in my case, it has been able to do all of the things that I wanted it to, but still, if I am unsure of its output, I just have Opus look at it. So this is how I do it. And in the side panel, you can basically browse. It has an inbuilt browser as well. So if I wanted to uh, browse the web, I could do it here itself. So, and your agents can also access this browser. They can basically type and do all of the stuff. So let's just like there's a plugin called browser plugin. So using this, you could basically browse all of the things. So let's just I'll just give it a small task. So I'm running this prompt. So as you can see here, it's actually going into Amazon and trying to search products that I wanted it to. So yeah, this is kind of amazing. And you can basically, if you have, if you're building a website and you're telling it, hey, build me this website, and then check on the web and see if it is looking good for both mobile and for laptop, screenshot it, analyze it, and then see, and then do an iterative loop, then it could very much do that. So this is actually quite a good example that you can kind of check it out. So while this is happening, let's discuss some other things as well. So the models that I currently use is basically I just use GPT 5.5 at extra high reasoning. You could like even for chat purposes you could use low medium, that's fine, but I just use extra high by default. I don't really touch it, I just let it use that. um, and it works really well for me. Another good thing about like they'll soon be launching like this is basically a feature that's for enterprise only, but you'll soon be able to deploy websites that you've created through Codex itself, which is like amazing. And another good feature about Codex is the computer use. So this is, I think, available in Mac. Not sure if it is in Windows yet. Might be you could check it out and see if it is available for Windows. But if you use Mac, the computer use is really great. You could basically um, use computer plugin to so you could use computer plugin to basically like handle all of your applications inside Mac. So it basically gives Codex access to your Mac. So if you want, you could do it at your own risk. But like I have used computer use for my cases. So one case was like I was building a WhatsApp chatbot for a client, and I had Codex. I told Codex this is the website chatbot that we need to build, and then what you need to do is basically go to the WhatsApp um, application and then test out the chatbot and see if it's working well or not. And it basically built the whole WhatsApp agent, and then went to WhatsApp and basically tested the whole thing out. And it was it took 4 hours to build everything. And like I went and had my dinner and like went out and it did all of the work. So this was like crazy. Here is like the project section. So basically you could add projects if you want. So you could start from scratch, or if you want to add an existing folder, you could add an existing folder as well, which I'm not really going to do here, but it's like as simple as that. And another good thing is like they have a Chrome extension. This is the Chrome extension that you need to download. And what this lets you do is basically lets Codex access your Chrome browser. So whatever you are doing here, you can basically access, like Codex could access and do all of that stuff for you, which is like kind of like really good. So I mean, I use this a lot. So you could basically, I have it like you could download this and then um, make sure that you have connected it. Like this is what you need to type here. So you just type Chrome and like this extension. It just uses that extension to browse the web. Browse the web browser. So that's like insane as well. Um, like Claude Code has their own computer use, but this just works better as well. And they have automations as well. So if you want, like, you could run a weekly automation or something that runs on the cloud, and yeah, you can use that. And they also have their own plugins section. So you could use, or you could add all of these plugins if you want. You can add Notion, NVIDIA, like Google Calendar, Hyperframe. So yeah, it's like quite good in that sense. You can add a lot of plugins. Another thing is you could add marketplaces as well. So if you want to add a marketplaces, you can add here marketplaces and it will add that marketplace as well. So currently by default, it is just the marketplace of OpenAI. And another good thing about Codex is like you have the normal chat section as well. So here I'm just working on my projects, and here I'm working on like if I have any kind of um, questions that I want to ask that are not really related to any project. Just I just hit chat and kind of access that. And also they have like three things. So you could either have full access, and um, you could just approve for me. And so this is something like it's quite good. Like if you want Codex to approve commands, then you can use this, but it increases token usage, and it is a lot much slower as well. But it gives some restriction to Codex. Otherwise, you'll have full restriction as well. So like depending upon if you're already running um, Cloud dangerously skip permission, then full access is fine. Yeah. So here you could have a side chat, which is like it maintains the same context on this like so it works on the same project, but you can like chat with it, and you can have, if you have any supplementary questions, you can ask here. So yeah, this is pretty much it. And if you want to bring Claude Code's own file system, like you if you're using Claude Code, you must have your own .cloud file. So what you can do is basically like you don't really it's pretty easy. Like Codex allows you to convert that file to .agent for you. So what you do is basically once you add a project, it will automatically detect .claude project, sorry, .claude folder, and it will say, hey, can we, it will ask for your permission to reference those files and make like their own .agents folders, and you just have to tick yes, and all of the skills and all that you have for Claude will automatically be installed here in that repo. So you will have a .agent, so you will have a .agents file and .codex file. So .codex file is basically where your hooks and your settings are um, there, and in .agents you have your skills, all of the skills that you have. Uh, so yeah, this is pretty much how I've been using Codex for the past month, and it's been a great journey. Um, that being said, you could check if Codex, if the GPT 5.5 model is performing good for your own, depending on how you do tasks. Feel free to test the product yourself, see how it works.